Hello, and my name is Michael, and I would like to start a video podcast called Crane's Comics. And in this video podcast, I mostly want to go over different pools that I'm reading. If you guys have any suggestions, comments, questions, you can always leave them in the comment section down below. But until then, since this is my first video, I want to do an introduction video on how to collect comics and basically make this a unison point where we can come together and you kind of know the right way to collect comics or how to even get started. Obviously, the most logical way to get started with collecting comics is going to your local comic book shop. If you don't have a comic book shop, I am very sorry, and I wish that you had one that you could go to. But if you do not have one, then the next best thing is to either use eBay, Craigslist, or you can just order online at different comic book websites. There's also apps on your phone. You can download a Marvel or DC app and get them on there. I'm old school. I prefer to actually hold a book in my hand and feel and have the right touch. Now, whenever you do go to your comic book shops, one of the best ways to keep your books looking nice and organized and neat, and one of the easiest ways, is getting one of these. This is actually it's called a bag and board. I will show you. Bag, board. Bag, bag. Board goes in the bag, and then comic book goes into that, and then it will look like this. There's the board, there's the bag, and there's the comic book. So that's the most simple way to keep your books looking nice and neat and keeping them organized without getting any kind of wrinkles on the covers. You want to try to keep them as good as possible. Now, if you're just a kid or just a guy that wants to, or girl that wants to read comic books, but you don't really care about keeping them neat or organized or anything like that, maybe the next best thing for you, instead of getting individual comic books, is getting this thing. It's called a trade paperback. These trade paperbacks are awesome. They cover usually between 6 to 9 issues. This is Amazing Spider-Man, the more recent one. It's really good, actually. I read it. Said I'm not going to do any reviews this time, but it's a really good trade paperback, and you get, I believe, you can see if it tells you. 1 through 6. So 6 issues in here, and if you break it down, this was give or take $20 after tax. But each book is what, $4? So 4 times 6 is 24. So you're still saving about an issue, if you get this. So that's also something else to consider. If, say you do get your collection going and you want to keep everything neat and organized, I do suggest this. Move these books from here. This is called a short box. It's an empty box, but it's made specifically for comic books. The lid goes on top. It's pretty self-explanatory. They also have what's called a long box, and if you do go to your local comic shop and they sell more than modern, per se, they sell a lot of back issues. You'll see boxes and these boxes and boxes of just long boxes of comic books. You can flip through them and pick and choose. If you're not quite sure where to start, say you want to get all these different books and stuff, but you don't know where to start. What do you like to read? Do you like Thor? Do you like Spider-Man? Do you like Batman? You pick out your heroes that you want to read about. You don't even have to pick out heroes. There's even independent books. Walking Dead, or The Walking Dead, is a really good independent book. There's a whole bunch of other ones that made by Boom Comics. I can't really think of any off the top of my head other than Boom Comics. Image Comics. There's a whole bunch of different ones that you can just pick up and read. They have all different types. Another good investment, if you're looking to build a collection and you want to get started and you're really serious about it, I do suggest this Overstreet Comic Guide. Has a lot of really good information. You can mark tabs on different books that you want to get later on in the future. That's just my personal, what I do with it. But for the younger viewers, I do apologize for the cover on here. I did not pick this cover out. The gentleman at the store, this was the only one that he had. So I said, what the heck, I'll get it because I needed it to look at some books. It's also a good tool to use if you're looking into getting older books. I know in one of the shops that I go to, they have a first appearance of Thor. The guy's asking $3,000 for it, and because of this book, I know that's way overpriced. I shouldn't really pay anything near $3,000 for a first appearance of Thor, especially the condition that it's in. This book also tells you the different conditions that the book and what the book is in and what you should be asking for. It's a very good bargaining tool if you're looking to build up your old school collection. It's a really good investment. That's all I have to say. If you're looking for other ideas on where to collect, on different reviews of books, you can reach out to fellow YouTubers. I hope that you use my channel regularly. I hope that I can remember to post regularly so that I can be dependable for you guys, and I can bone up on my comic book reading. I've been kind of lazy on it, but I have a whole stack of books in there that I'm just ready to read, and right after this video I'm definitely going to read them for next week so I can get prepared, you know? So a couple of YouTuber names. You can do Rubbish78. Look her up. She had a podcast with her college called Geekly Weekly. A shout out goes to her. I recently found out another one called, forgive me if I say your names wrong, guys, I really do apologize, but Kimmy Planet, or Planet Kimmy. She's from Australia, and she knows what she's talking about. She does really good comic book reviews, and she does a haul list. Effin' Pride. She's more of the... She hasn't really been on lately, Effin' Pride. Last time I saw, I think, was from March. I'm not really entirely sure that information could be inaccurate. I'm sure she's going through some personal stuff or whatever. Hope she comes back. She does have some good videos. She is for the more mature audience. She really doesn't care what she says. So, and that's not bad. That's just her, you know. She does a really good comic pool list as well. So if you guys are interested, there's YouTubers you can reach out to. Obviously, if you have the internet, you're looking at this, you could go online, you could order books. If you don't have a comic book shop, even big book chains, I know there's a few, Books A Million, Barnes & Noble, they do have a comic book section. It's kind of slim, but you have the section there in those stores. You might not, excuse me, sorry, I have kind of a bit of a cold. You might not get the bags and boards, but you will get your comic books, and you can also order bags and boards off those bigger sites as well. So thank you for watching. I don't really have anything else to add, but I will keep posting, and let me know what you guys think. I really hope that this takes off, and I want to be there for any kind of comic advice that I can give. I've been collecting for a few years now. Who knows? Maybe down the road I'll do a look at my collection type of video, you know? You never know. But anyway, thanks for watching. Again, Crane's Comics, and we'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.